Mr. Race, this isn't a question and answer. You're done with your comments.
I can't respond to what you said.
Absolutely not. You're done. That's our rule. You can
I wouldn't let you respond either if I were you.
Yeah, well, we've been listening to your comments regarding the Marcellus Shell lease for some time. And the erroneous remarks that you've made previously are being echoed again. Mr. Race, you didn't start coming to the public meetings until after September of 2008. There were 2 meetings that were held, one in July and one in September, both of which discussed the fact that the Dick Land Group was representing the interests of the district. As the people who were involved in those transactions and who attended meetings at that point in time would know, there were a consortium of approximately 40 landowners being represented by the Dick Group, and they were putting out a bid to get a better price for 40 leases as opposed to 1 lease. The district, through the summer of 2008, attempted to market their gas rights, including to the company which previously had the lease in the previous year, Falcon Land Partners. Through that period of time, the proposals that came forth were in the area of $300 to $1,000 per acre as the sign-up price. As most people who know about the Marcellus Shell, it brought on a new era into the gas lease concept, in that there was upfront money paid for the sign-up, which had not previously existed in oil and gas leases. The district was looking through this in the summer of 2008, and only late got into the possibility of joining the consortium being represented by the Dick Landowners Group. That process began in July, but the 40 parcel proposal that was put out for bid originally didn't include the district. It was only at the last minute that the district was allowed to get into the group and participate into the $2,500 upfront per acre cost that was being paid through the bid process. And again, that was only achieved by virtue of becoming part of a 40 parcel group to get a better price. It was put out to bid to approximately 7 different gas companies to get that bid. So there was a very open process that took place, and it was publicly announced, and part of the resolution that was done. There were agreements attached to the resolution which aren't in the minutes as they're presented there. But the fact of the matter is, it was well known, I'm certain that all the board members know, and I know part of your group, and I don't mean to lump you all together, but Kevin McLaughlin was part of that group. Kevin Pahosh was part of that group at the time. They're both aware of the commission by the Dick Group as part of their services. And it was the Dick Group that got us into that consortium, and that commission was 15%. And if you take the number that you mentioned and multiply it out and take 15% of that, you'll see that the district got exactly what was agreed to with regard to this consortium. Everybody in the consortium paid a 15% commission. It's just like a sales commission with regard to real estate. There was nothing untoward about it, and I absolutely resent, and the reason I'm speaking tonight is you did this at the court proceeding, you did it prior to the court proceeding, you keep insinuating that someone on this board got money as a result of that transaction. And it's just an unfounded allegation. You should not be making it, and I'm here to absolutely equivocally state that not 1 penny of money came back to this board as a result of that, other than the check which was received and deposited into the general fund. And I understand what you're holding up there, and I'm going to look into the documentation. There is documentation, and I'll look into it and see what the problem might be with what you did or didn't get. I'll look at your right to know request and see what you did or didn't get. But to suggest that this is somehow an underhanded attempt to get money is just totally unfounded, totally baseless.
May I say one thing, Mr. Rafferty?
No, I said what I have to say. I'm sure he said what he had to say. I don't care if you do. I'm not here to debate you.
Laura Boring, followed by Ed Sutter.
As you leave one school board meeting and anticipating the next meeting, you always wonder about what you will talk about, if anything. It never ceases to amaze me what you find out from one board meeting to the next. Mr. Rafferty, as I received my right to know, about the papers that deal with the logo process. I have to wonder why the state grants the appeal and finds it is not attorney-client privilege information. Do you want to hold on to that information? I think Mr. Aronowitz from the CLC stated the remark very well. Your client must cooperate, and your client must be forthright in his communications. This is what we expect as taxpayers and residents of this community and school district. And I think it was stated in one of these letters here that you had told Mr. Aronowitz that as of the first of the year, the Ligonier Valley School District would not be using the VCU logo anymore. I have a paper right here of a award that was stamped May 22nd of 2011 with the VCU logo on it. Now, I don't know where this came from, and I don't know who didn't communicate with how this award was presented. But I'll be more than happy, Mr. Rafferty, for you to contact Mr. Aronowitz and let him know that this is still being put out in the Ligonier Valley School District. According to a letter from him, he's waiting for a response from you to find out what logo, and I know the process, the logo hasn't been found yet, as far as what's going on. So I think Mr. Aronowitz would be very happy to see that some of the, I don't know, boosters or whoever is still using the logo, as you can see right here. So much for plagiarism on that. Also, Dr. Olin, with the new Cyber School Academy, I think it was last meeting where it was stated that the cost would be $16,000 per year. But come to find out that when you sent the letter to the R.K. Mellon Foundation, you included the $16,000, but there was also an additional expense of $70,000. There was no mention of this in any minutes or discussions that I could find to deal with the $70,000 and what that consists of. We are weathering the perfect storm, as you say. If the process of closing Laura Valley High School to save $1.2 million would have been thoroughly thought out, and maybe again, we would not be weathering the perfect storm in this school district.
I would like to address the comments about the Cyber Academy. The E-Academy participation rate is $16,000 for the school district to participate for each of the next 3 years. That's the $16,000 of which you speak. In the grant, I did include money for stipends to compensate teachers to write courses over the summer. With the budget situation as it was, there wasn't any possibility that we were going to be able to compensate teachers in that way. The grant is providing us that opportunity. That's why there's not been discussion. It was not a part of the original plan. Thank you.